I'm Ted Johnson, Vice President of Product Development at Shapewear Corporation.
I'm Morgan Brown, Visio Product Manager.
We get a lot of requests for information about Visio, our drag-and-drop drawing program for Windows. But we know Visio demos better than we can describe it in words or convey in a brochure, so we decided to produce this videotape.
It's not fancy or filled with special effects, just a straightforward demonstration of how Visio can help your organization use graphics to communicate more effectively every day.
When we started Shapewear in 1990, we felt there was an opportunity to take graphics to a broader audience, to take graphics out of the art department, out of the drafting department, and put it on the desks of everyone in your organization, engineers, support people, managers, and network administrators.
So business people could use graphics to more easily communicate information, ideas, and processes.
But no one had created a product that could do this effectively. Could we create a product that would empower everyday business users to draw?
We started by hiring the best software developers we could find.
Our core group of engineers began pioneering Windows development in 1985 when they created Aldus PageMaker for Windows.
This seasoned development team quickly realized our product had to meet 3 challenges.
First, it had to be easy to use. First-time users had to be productive within minutes. Second, it had to have breadth. Visio needed to address the entire range of business drawing and diagramming needs, including flowcharts, org charts, network diagrams, space plans, and project timelines. And third, the product had to be powerful. Powerful enough to grow with you, and powerful enough to integrate with the other Windows applications you use every day. To be successful, Visio had to meet all 3 of these challenges. First, how did we make Visio easy to use? Let's take a look. Unlike most Windows products that only install an icon for their program, Visio installs an icon for each of the drawing types supported in the basic package.
Like organization charts, network diagrams, space plans, block diagrams, to name just a few that come with the product.
Let's say you want to create a flowchart. I just click on its icon in the Program Manager, which starts Visio, bringing up a stencil of flowcharting shapes on the left side of the screen, and on the right side, a drawing page with a visible grid. The approach to drawing is very direct. I just point to a shape, press, and drag and drop it onto the page. You can see how quickly I've put 5 shapes on the page. I use the same technique to drag connector lines between the shapes. When I drag a connector over, it snaps to a shape, but more importantly, it glues to the shape. So if I move it, the connector moves with it. I don't have to redraw the line. Let's zoom in on the decision diamond by clicking on it and using the zoom button on the toolbar. To add text, I simply start typing.
To do this with many other products, you have to use a separate text tool, create a separate text block, and then combine it with whatever shapes you had there.
But with Visio, it's intuitive. You don't change tools, don't hold on modifier keys, you just click and type. And when you're typing, the toolbar changes to look like that of a typical Windows word processor and provides similar control over text. Well, not only shapes can have text, lines can too. You can see coming out of our decision diamond we have connectors with text. Just clicking the item and typing works for a connector, just like it works for a shape. I'll just quickly finish this up.
The Visio developers wanted to free you from the complicated process of changing tools or modes. You don't have to go to a separate text tool to enter text. You don't have to go to a separate drag tool or draw tool to move shapes. This consistency of operation is one of Visio's strongest points.
There, my drawing's done, but I really haven't drawn anything. I've just dragged and dropped these shapes onto the page. You may be wondering, can you really draw with Visio? Well, of course you can. Up on Visio's toolbar, we have a straightforward set of drawing tools. Let me take the line tool. I use the same tool to draw a straight line or a polyline, or if I keep going, a polygon. In this case, I'm drawing a big bold arrow. It's too big, so let's resize it. Here's a problem you run into with most drawing products. When you draw polygons, they behave like boxes with 8 sizing handles. This is not always useful. But with Visio, I can take any object and make it not behave like a box, but instead behave like a line. And when it behaves like a line, I can use it like a connector, including the glue feature we mentioned earlier. Having drawn that arrow once, I don't want to draw it again, so I can drag it back over to the stencil. Draw it once, use it over and over again. That really saves time. Here's another way Visio is easy to use. On a recent trip to Washington, D.C., I started making an organization chart of the President's Cabinet.
You might not buy Visio specifically to do organization charts, but then you find you want to create one. Visio lets you quickly create that chart using the same drag and drop technique we used with the flow chart.
You may have noticed I didn't use separate connectors. Instead, I dragged a connector out of the shape using these green and gray boxes we call control handles. Control handles are hotspots attached to shapes that make them more flexible and useful.
The org chart shapes, like all of the shapes that come with Visio, are more than just dumb clip art. We call them smart shapes.
And Visio's flexibility lets you easily keep up with dynamic situations. Here are some flowcharts and org charts easily created with Visio. So I succeeded in making Visio easy to use with drag and drop, click and type, consistency of use, and smart shapes that behave the way you expect.
But don't just take our word for it. Here's what some users have had to say about Visio. John Shulo of Northeast Utilities said, Visio's strongest point is its ease of use. Industry analyst Andy Siebold said, I have never seen this much power and diversity incorporated into one so easy-to-use package.
But ease of use was only one of the three challenges. The second challenge was breadth. To be truly useful, Visio had to easily create a range of business drawings. We gave Visio breadth by creating a graphics engine capable of addressing the needs of a range of drawing and diagramming types.
A network diagram is a good example of breadth because a number of our customers tell us they were a real problem before Visio. To create drawings like this, you had to use a hodgepodge of graphics programs, CAD programs, illustration programs, specialty tools, even presentation products, whatever could be pressed into service, often with time-consuming, frustrating, and unsatisfactory results.
But with Visio's powerful engine, you use the same procedures to create a network diagram as you use to create an org chart. And like those pull-out connectors we used in the org chart, we have pull-out connectors in the token ring symbol. And of course, they stay glued to the shapes. So if I move my server shape, everything stays connected.
With Visio, you use just one application to create multiple drawing types. You know the advantage of supporting one graphics product throughout a company. You're not supporting a flow charter here, an org charter there, a space planner here, and so on. Visio is a great value when compared to the alternatives. Visio is easier to learn and does more types of drawings. Plus, because Visio is targeted at broad, mainstream usage, we made it inexpensive.
Finished. Here are a couple examples of network diagrams created with Visio. What if you want to take on a task that seems very different, a measured office layout? Well, if you've already created a Visio drawing, such as a flowchart or a network diagram, you already know how to make an office layout. Let's start by setting out the walls of the office. You can see that our rulers are marked off in feet and inches. It could as easily be centimeters or meters. As I size shapes, there's a readout of their dimension at the bottom of the window. Now, to accurately determine how many workstations we can put in this office, the application must work with the real sizes of objects. Visio has that capability. For example, this drawing is set up with a scale of 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. When I drag and drop Visio shapes into this drawing, they are the correct size at that scale.
This is a Visio feature usually only available in complex CAD systems, but you don't find it in illustration programs or specialty flow charting tools or org charting programs or products like them.
We've seen smart shapes before. Here, when I stretch the desk, it doesn't distort. It knows I want to extend the return and not widen the entire piece. In other words, it behaves the way I expect. I can just grab this control handle and change the desk from having a keyboard tray to not having one at all. And here, the control handle pulls out the drawer of the file cabinet to make sure I've left enough room.
In making drawing easy, we don't think it's an issue of how much dumb clip art you have, but how few smart shapes you need.
Now, no measured drawing would be complete unless it could do measurements, and Visio can. And no office would be complete without a plant, and Visio can do that too.
Space planning is just one of the 20 general business stencils that come with Visio.
But if your needs are more specialized, for example, electrical engineering, or chemistry, or biotechnology, or even law enforcement, we have additional stencils available.
But what if you need shapes specific to your organization?
Just make your own stencil. I demonstrated before how you can drag a shape over to the stencil and then use it over and over again. You can create your own stencils of shapes from scratch or modify the Visio shapes that come with the package.
You don't have to wait for an upgrade from us to grow. Visio is open for you to customize to your own needs.
So we met the breadth challenge by providing an engine that supports a range of job-specific templates and custom templates created by you. But there was still one more challenge left to meet. We're wearing sunglasses here because we need to hide from our marketing people. They tell us to never demo the hidden part of Visio, its power. Now it's true, most users will never use this part of Visio, but it's the power under the hood that enables it to grow with you and to integrate well with your other Windows applications. Remember the arrow we drew earlier? If I stretch that arrow, the arrowhead distorts. It's dumb. But I can make that arrow smart, so if I stretch it, the arrowhead stays well proportioned. To provide this capability, under every shape is a shape sheet, a spreadsheet that's not just a table of values, but a table of formulas. I'm going to change a few formulas to make this arrow smart.
You don't have to do this because the shapes that come with Visio are already smart. But if you're an advanced user, this capability is open to you. There's nothing hidden from you back here in Seattle.
Now when I stretch this smart arrow, the arrowhead remains balanced. Visio's power under the hood also includes full support for Microsoft's Object Linking and Embedding Technology, or OLE. This lets you easily incorporate Visio drawings into the documents you create every day. We set Visio aside for a moment and moved over to Microsoft Word 6.0. I've opened a Word document into which I want to incorporate an org chart. You've heard us talk about drag and drop in Visio, but check this out. With OLE 2.0, we can just drag the entire org chart out of the Visio window and drop it into the Word document.
That's seamless integration.
And if I need to make a change in the org chart, I can simply double-click on it and Visio becomes active in place. Yes, the title bar still says Word, and you can see the text of my memo here, but what I've got are the Visio menus, the Visio toolbar, and the Visio rulers and grid. I can change the color of a shape, and if the text is wrong, I can change that too.
You can modify your drawings in context, in Word, without going to a separate window. This is called in-place editing. It's a feature of the new Microsoft Office applications, as well as Visio. Visio was one of the first programs to support this new technology.
This technology allows you to easily incorporate Visio drawings in your word processing, spreadsheet, or presentation documents.
InfoWorld summed it up. Visio incorporates a smooth operating interface, well-implemented smart connectors, and tight object linking and embedding 2.0 integration with other applications. Templates cover a broad range and are of high quality. That's why we received InfoWorld's Product of the Year award in the broad category of presentation and graphics tools.
So Visio's strength under the hood met the last challenge, power. It's this power that makes Visio easy to use and gives it the breadth to handle a wide variety of drawing types. Visio can grow with you and integrate well with the other Windows applications you already use. There are a lot of graphics applications out there and they all say they're powerful and easy to use. But easy to use is easy to say. What's hard to do is to define a new category of business software.
Both PC Magazine and InfoWorld did roundups acknowledging an important new category of business drawing and diagramming, a category created and led by Visio.
In the fall of 1992, just after we launched, we received the Byte Comdex Rookie of the Year Award.
We received PC Magazine's Editor's Choice and InfoWorld's Buyer's Assurance Seal.
We are consistently on the top-selling software lists, and international English, French, and German language versions of Visio are now shipping.
Visio is not only a great product for you, but it's a great product for your entire organization.
As one consistent, easy-to-use product, Visio spans department lines by supporting a wide variety of drawing types. Visio is easily customized and integrates well with the applications you use every day.
Our customers are excited by Visio. We have a high penetration in business, and for corporations that are interested in embracing Visio more aggressively, we have a corporate licensing program. I'm afraid we're out of time, so we could only show you the highlights of Visio.
Out of time? I want to show a Venn diagram with the fragment function.
We didn't even get to the automatic alignment and distribution of
How
shapes.
about guides and background pages?
We got inventory add-ons, great old automation
The
support,
pencil tool and gesture recognition.
importing and exporting of graphics,
It's-
rotation.
It's clear we can't show you everything we'd like to, but you can see for yourself. Visio comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee, so see your local software reseller or give us a call and see how Visio can bring the power of graphics to everyone in your organization.